All right, what's going on, guys? Willis here. We're back with another Marvel Rivals video. In this video, guys, we're going to be talking a bit about, obviously, the nerfs, which are going to happen towards the end of the season as well. We've got some new information we're going to be going over in this video. So we're going to be giving away the Venom bundle once again in this video. So if you want to enter that, just like the video, leave a comment, and make sure to subscribe to the channel. We're going to be picking the winners today over in our Discord, so make sure you're in the Discord. All right, so let's start off the video real quick with some voice lines which have been found. Shout out to XOX Leak over on Twitter. They found some Human Torch lines. So the lines read, "Flame on," obviously the classic. That one's for Gwen Stacy. "No goth girl. You know, they say fire and ice don't go together, but you and me." It says, "Ready to rock, sis." So I'm assuming he's talking to the Invisible Woman, because obviously that's his sister. Says, yeah, Reed's been working on it so hard as if someone put that idea into his head. Next up, we've got some Ultron leaked lines. Obviously, Ultron is coming sometime next year as one of the new playable strategist characters. And the lines read, "Your ancient gods are clearly obsolete. Spectre, a shame. I could have done that far more efficiently, Stark. Symbiote bond broken. Designate Venom eliminated. Syntax updated. You are no longer Groot." So I'm assuming most of these are just replies to people in game. Obviously, the last one is if he manages to kill Groot. So apparently here as well, we get some voice lines for a map, which is obviously not in the game yet. We've got some for Iron Man, Scarlet Witch, Thor, Star-Lord, and Iron Fist. And this map is for Kunlun. I think this is one of the new maps which we'll be seeing sometime next year. Now, if you guys follow along the videos, you know that Hitmonkey is actually going to be making an appearance as one of the new characters in the game. And yeah, it looks like they found Hitmonkey's abilities. They found the descriptions. We don't really know what they do, but they sound pretty cool. The first one's called Kitten Howling. And then we've got Endless Rage. We've got Fear Hunting. And then we've got Dual Gun Shooting. Now, obviously, it says here, these have been translated from Chinese, so obviously the wording might not be 100% accurate. Yeah, I don't think Kitten Howling is going to be the name of an ability, because that just sounds pretty wacky. So we've actually got some Mr. Fantastic voice lines as well. How cool is that? He says, "A time stream reintegration device may be our only hope to mend the damage the dooms have caused." And then another one says, "Not just Spider-Man, each parallel universe contains its own variation on every single one of us. In fact, I've met hundreds of versions of myself." So obviously this is talking a bit about the whole Marvel Rivals, I guess, story, lore, timelines. There's a bunch of obviously Doctor Dooms, and yeah, he's pretty much behind everything. So I think this is really cool that he's got some voice lines which talk about the lore of the game a bit. Looks like Black Widow is going to get a new skin called Dressed to Slay in the future sometime. Pretty dope. And we got Emma Frost. She's going to be making an appearance, or a team up even, with Magneto and Psylocke and someone unknown. So that's definitely going to be a interesting team up. Can't wait to see that. I want to give a massive shout out to rivalskins.com. Before we take a look at that, I just want to mention that they actually, I guess, calculated that buying everything in Marvel Rivals would cost you 101k units, requiring an investment of $880. That's where if you were to buy everything in the game. And this is after all of the winter skins as well. $880, pretty nuts. So yeah, I wanted to give a shout out to this new website. It's honestly super handy for me, especially when making thumbnails and stuff. It's called rivalskins.com. It basically just compiles a bunch of assets from the game. So you've obviously got like the skins and stuff. If you just want to take like a closer look, even like the details, you've obviously got like, yeah, like the emotes. You've got pretty much everything here, which has been compiled from the game. And obviously from someone who makes thumbnails and stuff and just obviously graphics, it's pretty handy to have. And I don't know, if you're just curious and you just want to take a look at the website, it's a really good sort of database type website. And apparently it's going to be updated in the future as well with more stuff. So I'll be excited to see what's added in the near future. All right, so I just had to throw this in because I honestly didn't even realize this was a thing until today. So hopefully you guys have never seen this before, because yeah, maybe I'm just stupid. So you can actually use a pretty insane jump with Wolverine when stealing people with the dive ability. If you guys haven't seen, there's a new thing. Well, not really new, but basically Wolverines, what they're doing is they're just stealing people with the dive ability and basically throwing them back into their team. As you can see from Guro here, It's a pretty OP broken strat, and it works extremely well, especially with the Hulk. And yeah, you can dive really far. Now, you're probably wondering, how is he doing that second jump? So let me explain here. And I didn't even know this was a thing. So Rocket's revive station, obviously it throws out the orange armor packs, but it also throws out blue jump packs, which makes your next jump go like 10 times the distance it normally would. So you basically just dash and use the jump, and yeah, you pretty much just fly so far. Someone here does an example with the Scarlet Witch ult. They basically ult and use the jump, and look, they just fly into the team. There's no dodging that. It's pretty broken. I don't think I've ever picked up one of these blue jump packs. I didn't even know they were a thing until today, and it just shows how much I pay attention. But yeah, maybe you guys haven't seen this. Just a little tip for you guys. So take a look at this, guys. This got me super intrigued. So apparently Wolverine's auto attack appears to be tied to FPS. Now, I don't know if the testing in this video is completely accurate. I'd love for someone to go and test this in detail, but it seems like the higher FPS you have with Wolverine after diving, the more damage you do. Now, obviously, if that's the case, that's pretty crazy, considering obviously the game isn't optimized for most people's PCs. So obviously people with bad PCs, or even just who don't get a lot of FPS, you're going to be doing less damage. So I'm just going to jump in here real quick and yeah, just test it a bit, because I really don't think with me having like 300 FPS in game right now, I'm going to be able to instant kill Lunas. No, there's definitely a type of cap on the damage, and I really don't think the damage just keeps going up the more frames you get. I think it honestly caps at a certain frame rate. But like I said, I'd love for someone to be able to do like some testing to see what the maximum amount of damage you can get from the maximum amount of FPS. Obviously, my PC is pretty nuts. I still get crashes now and again, obviously. But yeah, most of the time I'm running the game on like 300 FPS. So my monitor is currently like 500 hertz refresh rate. So if I actually dropped all my settings down, as you can see, I'm almost at like 400 like FPS. I put everything on low. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I need to reset, but yeah, we're just gonna try it again. I don't know, like maybe we just kill them quicker. Yeah, no, it sort of just feels the same, honestly. If anybody tests this, message me on Discord. I'd love to see the outcome for this. But yeah, now I guess I wanted to talk a bit about the elephant in the room, which is obviously the nerfs, which eventually will be coming to the game. And these nerfs are obviously the season buffs. If you're not aware, there's a few characters in the game right now which are obviously extremely powerful. One of those characters obviously being Hela, with her 20% increased damage boost for just existing on the season. Obviously, there's more characters like Magic. You've got Hawkeye, which is why you're probably seeing these characters being banned a lot. Now, obviously, Magic has her 15% damage boost, which is still nuts. You've got Hawkeye with his 20% damage boost, which is crazy. And honestly, these three characters are probably banned the most I've seen in my games, at least in Diamond. Now, obviously, Hela's nuts. She just deletes characters left and right. She's crazy, right? Like, you literally are a tank shredder. You're a DPS shredder. You shred pretty much everybody in the game playing as Hela. Now, next season, obviously, this is going to rotate out. So, obviously, this is going to also work as, like, I guess, a nerf to Hela. Now, will she still be as powerful? I don't know. Because at the moment, there's no real way, I guess, to test what doing 20% less damage will feel like. I guess you can obviously go in and just do the math and stuff like that and see like what one auto attack headshot would actually do. But in my opinion, I still feel like these characters will still be extremely scary even without the seasonal buff. Now, Hawkeye's another one. Hawkeye's still pretty OP as hell. If you've ever been against a Hawkeye and a Hela combo in a game, you know how much you instantly just get deleted, especially if you're playing against good players. Now, for those of you who don't know as well, the season buff is just a buff for simply existing. You don't even need to do the team up. You just get this buff for just playing the character. That's why it's just called a season buff. Magic is another one which honestly has slipped under a lot of radars. Now, Magic is OP, especially in the hands of a really good player. She gets the 15% damage bonus from just existing once again on the season. And Magic, Hawkeye, they're obviously going to receive nerfs to their damage. Now, will Magic and Hawkeye still be viable to play? I really do think so, especially for the players who have mastered magic and her definitely unique playstyle. But yeah, it's really weird that the buffs aren't tied to any team comps. And yeah, it almost feels like the developers are just trying to force certain heroes, I guess, into the spotlight. And obviously they're trying to shift a meta, it feels like, each season. And I feel like it's definitely going to be different as hell next season. Obviously, different characters are going to get different buffs. Now, you've obviously got stuff like Groot as well. Groot has a season buff as well. He just gets extra health for existing. So it kind of makes me sad that obviously Groot is going to lose a lot of his health. I play a ton of Groot in ranked. He's honestly one of my favorite Vanguards to play. As well, you've got like the Hulk as well. Hulk gets a ton of health. So all of these Vanguards, all of these DPS characters are definitely going to have a shift in their playstyle, and I think the amount of people that play them. Now, does this mean that they're never going to bring actual nerfs and buffs to the game? I feel like, I don't know at this point. Will they ever bring out a patch list of characters that have obviously been modified? Like maybe they'll change the abilities and stuff, but I really don't think they'll ever like fully nerf the characters. But yeah, I just wanted to obviously talk about it because obviously a lot of you guys main these characters and still aren't aware that they're, I don't want to say going to get nerfed. They're just going to lose a lot of their damage, but I still think they're going to be viable. But all in all, the seasonal buff system is, I feel like, a double-edged sword. It keeps things interesting, but can also feel a bit random and unbalanced. I'm just curious to see what the devs do in the future to obviously refine this approach going forward. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to support the video with a like, leave a comment, and make sure to subscribe. We are going to be giving away the Venom symbiote bundle in this video, so be sure to obviously support the video. We're going to be announcing the winner over in Discord, so make sure you're in the Discord. It'll be in the pinned comment. And yeah, hopefully you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.